This? You went with this? We've got joy, sadness, anger, disgust, and fear, and then he catches the ball and saves the game. Cue the slow motion cheering. Hey Max, what if Inside Out 2 wasn't about Riley, but a boy instead? Whoa, plot twist! A boy's brain would be totally different. Probably just hangry running the whole show. Not exactly. Think about it. He'd have new adventures, and his emotions would have to step up their game. Alright, so who's in his head? We've got joy, sadness, anger, disgust, and fear. Do we add anyone? Absolutely. For a boy, you need emotions like confidence for when he lands a trick on his skateboard. And embarrassment for when he face plants trying the same trick. Or how about overthinking for when he's deciding how to ask his crush out? That emotion's just pacing back and forth, making every word sound like a disaster. Meanwhile, anger is like, just go for it already. Okay, but what kind of adventures would he have? Picture this. He's the new kid at school. His emotions are scrambling to help him fit in. Joy's like, let's make friends, while fear's hiding in the corner whispering, what if they don't like you? And disgust is critiquing his haircut. This? You went with this? Meanwhile, anger's ready to throw hands if someone laughs at his sneakers. And then there's the first day of gym class. He's picked glass for dodgeball. Oh no, sadness takes the wheel for that one. But confidence steps in and says, hey, you're going to crush this. And then he catches the ball and saves the game. Cue the slow motion cheering. But it's not all victories. Let's not forget the skateboarding disaster. Oh no! What happens? Confidence takes charge and tells him, you've got this, dude. But fear warns him about that loose pavement crack. And he ignores it, doesn't he? Of course. He lands the trick perfectly but doesn't see the crack in the landing. He goes flying, face plants, and knocks out a tooth. Ouch! Embarrassment's like, nobody saw that, right? Meanwhile, anger's yelling at the pavement, and sadness is already writing an apology note to the dentist. And confidence is like, well, at least it looked cool for a second. But it's not all disasters. Let's talk about family dinner. Oh, awkward. Overthinking's like, what's the safest thing to say so no one judges me? And embarrassment is begging him not to bring up the time he spilled milk all over himself at lunch. Meanwhile, Joy's trying to keep the conversation light, and anger's about to lose it over the broccoli. So Alex, what's the emotional highlight of this story? It's the moment he realizes it's okay to feel everything. Happy, sad, scared, all of it. And then his emotions learn to work together, balancing each other out. So Alex, if you had your own control panel of emotions, which one would be in charge? Probably overthinking. It's like the default setting in my brain. Mine's definitely laziness. That guy doesn't leave the chair. Well, if Pixar ever needs ideas for Inside Out 3, we're ready.